Rudy drops Ukraine bomb on Biden and Obama. That is the topic of today's op-ed live. So we all thought that Biden and Obama, not we, the mainstream media, that they're clean, they're scandal-free. I argue that they were the most corrupt administration, not just that, and riddled with scandals throughout Obama's 8 years in the Oval Office, even with the Ukrainian thing. I don't know whether it was Obama's idea or Biden's idea, or whether it was just people, who controls them behind their back. I don't know whether it's deep state who's trying to cover it up for the quid pro quo that was done by Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. I don't know. I don't know who concocted this whole thing, but we do know, our viewers, we do know that the Democrats accuse the Republicans and Trump whatever they have done. That's so heinous, hypocrisy at its highest level. So True Pundit reported this: Rudy drops Ukraine grenade on Biden and Obama with mysterious tweet about billions of missing United States cash. Probably he's hinting that Obama and Biden has something to do with it. Is that why the mainstream media is going after Rudy Giuliani, who's one of the most righteous New York City mayor and the best, I would say the best New York City mayor ever? They're trying to put his name in the mud, but I believe he'll survive it. Rudy Giuliani just dropped a bank safe on the heads of Joe Biden and Barack Obama, a bank safe that might be missing billions in United States funds. This is getting interesting and ugly fast. And what a surprise, more missing money linked to Biden and his former boss, and talk of another Obama-linked cover-up. It's not just about this. Even the Paris Climate Accord, when the funds go into that accord or whatever, we have to raise questions. Where does this money go? Like United Funds. Whenever there's a fund, non-profit organization, and there's a bunch of millions and billions of dollars put into these, aren't we supposed to audit these funds? Like even Paris Climate Accord. Are these NGOs used to funnel money to politicians? I want to ask that question. And because Trump pulled out of the Paris Accord, is that why all the politicians and mainstream media angry? Because they're not being funded by taxpayers? Well, let's check out some news headlines and Twitter feeds. Okay, Dinesh D'Souza, he went to jail because of Obama, right? He tweeted this: have Democrats considered the downside risk of impeachment? If they lose the House next year, they could lose it all. We'd have the House, Senate, presidency, and the Supreme Court. The second term will make the first look ironic. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Ronna McDaniel tweeted this, GOP chairwoman. While Democrats obsess over impeachment, @Real Donald Trump continues to deliver. Did you know that today there was a job report? It's at the top of, it's the headline news for Drudge Report. By the way, I highly recommend you to go to websites like Drudge Report, Fox News, Breitbart. Okay, jobs growth soars. Record working unemployment 50-year low. Drudge Report. And also Daily Caller. All these sites. I have never seen a fake news reported by them. So that's why I'm saying this. I saw a bunch, almost on a daily basis, on NYT, WAPO, and CNN, etc. So 266,000 jobs created in November, smashing expectations. 7.2 million jobs since he was elected. Strong 3.1% wage growth. Unemployment is at 3.5%, the lowest in 50 years. That's huge. And we're not counting all the jobs that Trump is going to bring from China. He's doing a trade deal in negotiation with China. I think China is underhanded. I think they're outgunned by Trump. Trump has a roaring economy behind his back. But Xi Jinping, China, they're suffering. They're having their worst year in 50 plus years. So who has the leverage? Who has the leverage? Let's move on. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez from the Bronx. My family relied on food stamps when my dad died at 48. I was a student. If this happened then, we might have just starved. Now many people will. It's shameful how the GOP works overtime to create freebies for the rich while dissolving lifelines of those who need it most. And she was tweeting this because of the NBC News report. NBC, by the way, is a far-left anti-Trump media. Breaking Trump administration has formalized work requirements for recipients of food stamps, a move that will cause nearly 700,000 people to lose access to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Really? Let's move on to the next page. So Charlie Kirk answered to AOC like this. Hey, AOC, if you had actually read the new Trump food stamp rule, you would know that it only applies to people between the ages of 18 and 49 who are childless and not disabled. It would not have affected your family then, and it won't impact families now. Don't spread fake news, okay? Let's move on. Trump tweeted this. Where is the fake whistleblower? Where's whistleblower number 2? Where are they, right? The media has been pumping them up last month, right? Or 2 months ago, right? Where are they? Didn't they, the fake whistleblower, by the way, because it wasn't firsthand knowledge. He was going by hearsay. So where's the phony informer who got it all wrong? Let's move on. I believe he was a deep stater. Educating liberals tweeted this. Nancy Pelosi, she says she prays for President Trump. Nobody believes that. But maybe she should start praying for herself and these other corrupt Dems who are about to be exposed for treason. That is a capital punishment. Let's move on. Senator Marsha Blackburn tweeted this. Adam Schiff, you see that guy, pencil neck? Adam Schiff is spying on phone records of his political opponents and an American journalist. He has abused his congressional authority to intimidate the press from reporting the facts. Where is the outrage from the media? There is no outrage from the media because most of the media out there are fake news, even though there are some righteous journalists out there. Let's move on. Trump tweeted this. Do not believe any article or story you read or see that uses anonymous sources having to do with trade or any other subject. Only accept information if it has an actual living name on it. The fake news media makes up many sources, say stories. Do not believe them. Let's move on. Mark Levin tweeted this. Has Pelosi lost her mind? Did you see her yesterday? Don't mess with me. She snapped at a reporter, James Rosen, yesterday morning. He asked if she hates the president. And we all know that she does, right? Let's move on. David J. Harris Jr. tweeted this. The Democrats' key witness mocked the crucifixion. Are you kidding me? That's one nasty lady there, Pamela Karlan, the professor, the judicial Democrat activist who testified before a House Judiciary Committee a couple days ago. She's just horrible. She was making fun of Barron Trump, and I think they're just nasty people, filled with hatred in their heart. It's just what we're dealing with now, I guess. Let's move on. Tom Fitton tweeted this. Anti-Trump FBI official tampered with evidence used to justify spy warrants targeting President Trump. Where is New York Times on this? Why isn't this on the front page of the New York Times? You know why? Because it's a corrupt, fake newspaper. That is why they're nothing but the marketing wing of the Democratic Party. Okay? They're spearheading that movement. Spygate is worst corruption scandal in American history, and President Trump is a crime victim. Watergate is nothing compared to this Spygate, okay? And what happened to Nixon? That should have happened to Obama. That's what Matt Gaetz said yesterday, from a representative from Florida. And he's right about that. Let's move on. Wyatt tweeted this. This is what an actual whistleblower looks like, folks. His name is Admiral Mike Rogers, patriot who put country before self. Hero of the highest order. Bless this man. Do you know what Mike Rogers did? He was the one who told President Trump, I believe, hey, Obama administration, Obama people, they're wiretapping you. The Trump Tower, it's wiretapped. Mike Rogers didn't tell Obama about this. He secretly went to meet Trump to tell this. So what happened afterwards? Trump didn't do any more interviews to fill his cabinet at the Trump Tower. He moved to Bedminster, New Jersey, his golf club, right? Because he knew that golf club was not wiretapped. Okay? Mike Rogers, he is a national hero and a national treasure. That's why Obama wanted him fired right after that, right? How corrupt can you be? Let's move on. Trump War Room tweeted this. Even CNN admits that Trump's economy is booming. Companies are hiring and have been hiring at a pretty brisk pace this fall. A couple of generations have not seen the unemployment rate this low. The job numbers are just amazing, The black unemployment, Hispanic unemployment, it ticked down from 3%, 3.6% to 3.5%. That is the lowest jobless rate since 1969, okay? Who created this? Trump. It's Trump, okay? The mainstream media probably wouldn't want to admit it. They would still say, oh, it was Obama who planned this all the way through back in 2008, right? They would say that, okay? They say the end of the GM strike had a big effect, boosting employment in motor vehicles and parts by 41,300, part of an overall 54,000 gain in manufacturing, okay? The manufacturing business is at its best since 1998, okay? That's almost 2 decades ago. Isn't that amazing? Average hourly earnings, that's important, right? All of us care about it. Average hourly earnings rose by 3.1% from a year ago, slightly above the 3% expected by economists, okay? Polled by Dow Jones. Okay, let's move on. Charlie Kirk tweeted this. How is Joe Biden's No Malarkey bus tour going so far? It's horrible, okay? He's been blasted for biting his wife's finger. Probably you guys might not know it because of mainstream media. You guys might know it, but most people don't because a lot of them are just brainwashed by the mainstream media. He's been blasted for biting his wife's finger. He fat-shamed a potential voter. That happened yesterday. He confused Iowa with Ohio. By the way, that fat-shamed potential voter was in Iowa. He claimed he was vice president in 1976. All in 1 week. Sounds like a lot of malarkey to me. So let's move on. Mark Dice tweeted this. First, Katie Tur tweeted that. Wall to wall. Katie Tur, by the way, is a NBC reporter. She got destroyed having a one-on-one interview back in 2015 at Trump Tower. I highly recommend you to watch it if you didn't watch it yet. Trump was, she couldn't just get the questions out of her mouth. So Trump said, come on, get it out. And then she used the word pissed off. And Trump said, are you allowed to say that word on TV? It was just marvelous and glorious what Trump did to Katie Couric. But Katie Couric tweeted this, wall-to-wall impeachment coverage is not changing any minds. Here's how journalists can reach the undecided, okay? They want to brainwash the undecided, I guess. So Mark Dice, YouTuber, tweeted this. MSNBC is upset. Nobody's believing their BS. Let's move on. Dan Bongino tweeted this. Adam Schiff is the sleaziest, dirtiest politician on the Hill. Yeah, it's a shame that he's from LA, but that's just how it is. It's people like him and his corrupt abuses of power that are wrecking this great nation. If people like him are our future, then it's all over. Let's move on. Okay, this was the headline for True Pundit. Rudy drops Ukraine grenade on Biden and Obama with mysterious tweet about billions of missing U.S. cash. So, the IG report will come out on Monday, December 9th, right? I don't know what Michael Horowitz wrote, but I think it will be very damning to the deep state, to the FBI, and also just the former Justice Department under Barack Obama. I think it would be very bad for them. But I believe the real action will start with United States District Attorney John Durham. I think John Durham, I believe, is a righteous man. I read some articles about him. I think he's one of a kind, and I think he's the one who's going to really change America and correct its course from all these corruption and swamp to, I can't say the promised land, but to a much better place to live in. I really believe that. I think America's fate belongs to John Durham. So let's see what happens. But I'm not, don't put all your hope at the IG report that's going to come out on Monday, December 9th. Just see it objectively. It's going to be a political document. I don't think Michael Horowitz is a political guy. He was appointed by Barack Obama, so I don't think he can really go hard on the Justice Department and FBI team then. But let's see what happens. It's a political document because I believe the Republicans are going to say, hey, look at this. Look at what the Democrats did. They tried to spy on us. That's what they're going to say. And which, by the way, it is true. The Democrats are going to twist this and spin this all the way that they can, and the media will also be on their side. I think the Democratic Party, they are still relevant now because of the media. Without the media, I think they would have been gone a long time ago. So let's see what happens. But I do believe it's going to be very damaging. I think Michael Horowitz is a righteous person. I think it's going to be very damaging to the FBI and also the Obama administration. Andy McCabe, James Comey, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, and I think it's going to probably mention Sally Yates, and all of these people. Probably John Brennan and James Clapper. I believe that it was John Brennan who was the most instrumental guy to spread all these lies about Trump-Russia collusion nonsense, the former CIA director. So let's see what happens. I hope you all have a great weekend. Well, that's our show for today. Our show is not about left or right. It's about right or wrong. To stay up to date with our latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.